threw a lot of shade at Uggs when we cut in half their iconic shearling boot, so I thought it was only fair to give it another shot with a more modern looking boot that looks like it was designed in this century and not designed by sheep herders in the 1800s. And we'll also be doing some light comparisons to Crocs, the Crocs video we did yesterday of their winter-ish boot. And this video is sponsored by Magic Spoon, and if you don't know who Magic Spoon is, they've sponsored more videos on my channel than any other sponsor, and it's because all of us in the shop love it so much, and I only have 3 boxes because we apparently ate the other box that we were supposed to show. But the reason I like them is as I get older, I can't quite eat the same sugary, high-carb cereal that I used to eat when I was a kid because it goes straight to my belly. But with Magic Spoon, it's the high-protein, keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, wheat-free, naturally flavored, totally delicious, childlike cereal for grown-ups. And more importantly, it has 0 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 13 grams of protein per serving. And they come in a lot of really delicious flavors. I've got the fruity, frosted, and cocoa, and the one that's missing is peanut butter because that's the one everyone in the shop likes, and it's my favorite, and I have to hide boxes so that people don't eat them, but apparently they found my stash because I don't have a peanut butter one to show you. And the best way to do it is order one of their variety packs because you can choose 4 different flavors and figure out what you like and what you don't like. And the beautiful thing is Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, they're backed by a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money and no questions asked. So go to magicspoon.com/roseanvil or click the link in my description, and don't forget to use the code roseanvil at checkout to get $5 off your first order. And thanks again to Magic Spoon for sponsoring this video. So now let's go over the boot information. So the brand is Uggs, the style is the classic short pull-on weather. The color is Dune, they weigh 1 pound 6 ounces. They retail for $200 and they're made in Vietnam. The intended use of this boot, in their words, is a casual light or moderate rain or light snow boot, which in my opinion puts us in basically the same category and class as this Uggs boot, just not a dedicated outdoor boot. It's more of just like a casual, comfortable boot for walking a dog or like when you go snowboarding, or like a cabin boot almost. And when I first saw these Uggs, I thought they were the most ugly boot ever. But then I got them in hand and people started wearing them around. They've kind of grown on me. I kind of dig the moon boot look. They kind of remind me of like Kanye Napoleon Dynamite moon boot. So now let's go over the information that we can gather about this boot before we cut it in half, starting with the upper. And we'll start with the leather bit first. So this is a waterproof suede leather, and it has seam seal on the inside allegedly to help prevent any water from leaching through the threads. And we did run a little bit of water over top and it beads up pretty well, but it definitely starts to soak in almost immediately, so it's not that waterproof. And for a $200 boot, to have a true suede leather that doesn't have any of that grain pattern at the top that most people associate with a higher quality leather, it's kind of a bummer to have just a cheap suede on a $200 boot. And the thickness of this leather is 1.6 millimeters thick, so pretty thin as well. Then if we move up to the sleeping bag quilted collar, it's made of a ripstop nylon, and it's insulated with a 3M featherless insulation made from 100% recycled polyester. And this boot's rated to -20 degrees Celsius or -4 degrees Fahrenheit, which this time are actually different temperatures. So now I'm curious how rip resistant this ripstop is, so we're just gonna do a little quick test to see the difference between a cheap polyester upper and this ripstop upper. So it does seem like it is a little bit more rip resistant, but not a ton. Ripstop is a very marketing word. It still rips pretty easily. And this upper you would assume is waterproof too, but as soon as you put water on it, it slightly beads up, but then immediately soaks in. So the whole upper is not very waterproof. And then if we move to the lining of this boot, it's made with a 17 millimeter UGG plush that's made of 80% upcycled wool and 20% lyocell lining, which I thought for sure it was gonna be a real shearling because that's what Uggs are known for, is a shearling boot. But in all reality, it's just a fake, cheaper wool. And I was positive when buying these that this leather on the outside was basically the same leather as this with the shearling attached, but in all reality it's just a cheap suede with a fake shearling on the inside that uses some upcycled wool fibers. But the fact that it is 80% wool, it still should maintain a lot of those cool properties that we talked about in the Uggs video, because wool is a pretty awesome material. And in Uggs defense, They claim to have a good reason to be using the UGG plush rather than shearling, because in their words, the largest material fiber used by UGG is repurposed wool, which is blended into our UGG Pure proprietary technology. UGG Pure is a more responsible material because it reduces the use of virgin wool, uses less water and energy, and emits less CO2 when compared to virgin market wool. So there is a good cause behind it, but it's up to you to decide if they're just spinning a cheaper material in a positive light by calling it more eco-friendly, or if they're just being cheap. And the insole's also made out of that 17mm UGG plush with that lyocell in it. And lyocell is kind of an interesting material because it's made from wood pulp. And I didn't even know there was fibers that you could make from wood pulp, so I thought that was kind of cool. And while doing the research, I also learned that UGGs is trying to move away from using shearling in their products. On their website, they say, of all the wool we use in our footwear currently, less than 2% is virgin wool, with a commitment to either eliminate virgin wool from our supply chain or ensure all virgin wool is responsible wool standard certified by 2020. I thought that was kind of a funny commitment to be committing to either using wool or not using wool. So if I'm being honest, those kind of statements irritate me because it seems like they're just trying to keep everyone happy and sitting on both sides of the fence instead of actually committing to one thing or the other while trying to look sustainable and like they're trying to improve things. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more than just corporate jargon, but I don't know. It just seems weird to have a commitment to not one particular thing, but have a commitment to I might do this or I might do that. I don't know. And then to the midsole, I don't really know what the midsole is. I'm assuming it's just like the regular UGGs with just a thin layer. And the construction is different than the regular UGGs because UGGs have this strip of fabric that is almost like a binding to sew all those layers together, where this one doesn't have that. So I'm assuming it's cemented, but we'll see when we get it cut in half. And then to the outsole, it looks like it's the exact same outsole as regular UGGs, and it is their Tread Light by UGGs, which is a blown rubber. So it's an air infused rubber that gives you a lot of the properties of rubber without all the heaviness of a solid rubber outsole. And it's a little more squishy too. And I guess this galosh is still technically part of the outsole. So this is a silicone outsole galosh that you slide over top, but it is really thin and the lugs are really, really shallow. So I think it's more of a gimmick than anything, and they're a pain to get on, and I think it's just for the look. And they grab any hair within a 10-foot radius of these shoes. And I'm not even really sure if silicone is grippy in cold and wet environments. So let's put these on and go outside and see if they actually work. So after that quick test, the results are the silicone isn't even that much more grippy than the blown rubber outsole UGGs come with. And the tread is so shallow that it doesn't really even help you grip in snow. And we also noticed that this strap doesn't work as well as you might think, because you start to almost create a funnel for snow and water to get into the boot rather than like this drawstring on the UGGs, which I'm not a big fan of these UGGs, but this drawstring is a lot better than this strap. And we also noticed these galoshes don't really help prevent water from getting in anyway, because only for walking outside for 5 minutes, any snow that got on top or water immediately just stuck between the layers, and now the inside of this is wet and the boot is wet. And the most annoying thing about these galoshes is once the boot's in there, the boot kind of slips around and moves on the inside of the galosh and that's with a brand new boot. Imagine once these boots are worn in and the leather shrunk and the shoes start to take the shape of your foot, they're gonna slide around a lot more on the inside of these galoshes. And so for me, if I had these boots, I wouldn't even use these galoshes because they don't even do anything. If anything, they make these boots worse. But there might be something on the inside that we're not aware of that makes the galoshes more useful. So now let's cut them in half. I love when I can cut a boot completely in half with just my knife, because it's usually an indicator of the quality on the inside. But let's see what's inside. So as I expected, it is a fully cemented construction. There's no stitching holding the upper to the outsole of the boot. Now let's just see if it'll rip apart real quick. Uh-oh. So it looks like they're cemented about as well as the other Uggs. But you could definitely, if you tried, pull them apart. Let's just do it. Oh, I'm also ripping the foot. So, not the best cemented boot, but there's been easier boots to tear apart, like that Converse. Ooh, easy peasy. Easiest boot ever. And the way this boot is built, you just have that really thin lasting board with that almost removable foam insole, and then the lasting board stroble stitched to the upper, and then the upper is glued to the outsole. So not the sturdiest construction we've ever seen in a boot for $200. So what do you get for $200? So for $200, you don't get real wool or real shearling. You don't get even a decent leather, it's a cheap suede leather, and you don't get a single stitch holding the outsole onto the boot. It's just glued on, and not very well. But for $200, you do get a really warm, comfy, cozy boot. You do get a boot condom, and you do get a boot that looks like Kanye designed it. So my overall takeaway for this boot is, first, this is the boot that Crocs should have made. It has 0 merch holes in the toe that completely nullify the use of this boot, and you can actually wear this boot outside. And compared to regular Uggs, they're almost identical on the inside and how they're built, except for there's less premium materials. The real Uggs are at least made with real shearling with a decent leather and full shearling and wool, whereas these are just a wool blend with cheap leather, and it's all glued together, and they're $30 more. So are they worth $200? Not even close, in my opinion. I had high hopes for these because I thought for sure it was real shearling and maybe we had some better construction and they were a better built boot, but in all reality, they're worse, in my opinion, than regular Uggs. So I would stay away from this boot at all costs, and if you're set on getting this style of boot, we just cut apart a boot that almost looks identical, but has a better upper, better leather, better midsole, better outsole. It's waterproof, and this is a boot you can actually wear outside. So I'll put a link to this. This was in the top 5 winter boots cut in half video. I'll put a link to that below. And I'll also put a link to the Crocs video we did yesterday and the Uggs video we did a few weeks ago. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all you guys that donated to my roommate Jay's GoFundMe. His garage burned down with tons of my roommates' motorcycles and tools, and all their stuff was in the garage, and they lost it all, and the insurance didn't cover even a portion of it. So if you're in the Christmas giving mood, I'll put a link to that in the description as well. And just so you guys know, none of that money goes to me because I didn't lose anything in the fire. But my main editor, Brody, lost a bunch of stuff, including a motorcycle, and Jay lost more than anybody, and both those guys have helped make this channel possible. So check that out via the link in my description, and thank you guys. See ya.